Hello my friends and welcome back. Yes, it's another review time. It's another video that triggered me. So let's listen to this young lady. Let's hear what she has to say. Because this is a warning to all of you ladies who are thinking about OnlyFans.
I did OnlyFans. I live in my truth. And I am ashamed at the behavior I've done. Because I am now 28 years old. I'm actually 28 years young on this earth. And I can say that I'm ashamed. Because of a lot of different reasons. I can sit here and I can talk to women and explain to younger girls coming up and things like that. I thought it was cool. I thought this is what I wanted to do. I thought this is how I wanted to live. But all these females that you guys look up to in the industry, that the media pushes you, they're all miserable. They have no peace. They cry every night. They are not happy with themselves. They hate themselves. So much so, they get surgeries and they try to fit themselves to be in something they're not, and they're never gonna fulfill it because they're not fulfilled on the inside.
Oh man, I'm so glad more and more of these girls are coming out and just admitting it. You know, accountability for women is like kryptonite. They don't like it. They don't like admitting that they're wrong. So I just feel just a sense of gratitude for this young lady who literally coming out and warning these girls about the dangers of this business. Selling your body online is not for the faint-hearted, not for normal people. You have to have had something missing significantly in your life to be able to sell your body online, because digital world is forever. Thankfully, my daughters know that the large majority of these women who are on OnlyFans don't make a lot of money, because they know now that there's hundreds of thousands of women, young girls out there putting their photos up on OnlyFans, and all of them are not making $10,000 a week, $10,000 a day. The large majority of them, 90% of them, are only making anywhere between $500 or $600 a month. You might as well go to McDonald's and freaking flip burgers, because you'll make more money than that. And my youngest daughter pointed this out to me. She knows this, because she's switched on. Daddy been teaching her, listen, this is what you stay away from. If you think it looks good, look at the stats, look at the reality of it. And if those of you who think that 14 years old is too young, you're delusional. Gentlemen, if you have daughters and you haven't had these deep, serious conversations about sex and so on to your 14-year-olds, you are missing the freaking boat. You're going to be late to the game. You have these conversations with your daughters now. Because I can tell you the things that she's told me about kids in her age group, girls, young girls, will make your hair curl, make your blood boil. Okay? Yeah, and that's even here in a conservative society. So I can imagine how it is in the West with kids even younger. But before we go on, guys, subscribe, hit the notification button for Christ's sake. Let's learn something. Let's teach each other some things by having a conversation in the comment section as well. And of course, remember, if you guys ever need to have any questions answered quickly, hit me up on Instagram, send me a voice message. Please don't do the typing thing, man. It's annoying because I gotta read, right? I can't feel you through your typing, and I will respond in kind in a voice message so that we can have a little conversation back and forth. If you would like a deep conversation, you have deeper issues, book a session on my website, askanolderman.com, and I'll be happy to set up a Zoom meeting, half an hour or 1 hour. All right, so let's hear what some of the people say. So here's the simp telling her, please don't be ashamed. It was a growth period. The shame comes when you know better, but continue the same behavior. Stripping is not a shameful job, but some of the things people do when they are stripping may be shameful. How the hell does that make sense? Some of the things that people do when they're stripping. Stripping is freaking taking your clothes off. That is freaking shameful. Idiot, it don't freaking make sense. Man, men like this, just thanks for sharing your truth. That's what you should have said. Please continue to grow and heal and see your peace. Yeah. I say yes, be ashamed. Hold that, but forgive yourself, because you're going to have to move on. You have no choice. But teach other women not to do it. That's how you redeem yourself. Teach others show them the way. That's how you redeem yourself. That's how you heal yourself. I hear that you're trying to be the nice guy here and tell her X, Y, Z, but the bottom line is you got to make sense. Mika says, good to see some females taking accountability for their actions. Exactly. V. Robert says to Guest Dog, stop trying to catch women in a weak moments. Laughing. Corny game. And he's right, man. This guy's just trying to be freaking... Man, just trying to play the game, man. Somebody else said to Guest Dog, pander, 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 laughing at him. Guest Dog responds and says, bro, I'm 46, happily married with 2 daughters, 18 and 11. There's no reason that I would ever... However, it's your thought process. Yeah, listen, I understand what he was saying, like I said earlier, but you got to be careful about how you say these things. To tell a woman not to have any shame, or don't be ashamed, to me, that's just letting her off the hook. Forgive yourself, but must always be shameful of these things, you know? I feel that this is what stops us from making mistakes again. You know, imagine slavery, right? If I said to white Americans or the white Brits, don't be ashamed of owning slaves. Just heal yourself. No, be ashamed of it. Heal yourself. It was wrong. Don't do it again. Tell other people not to do what you did. I hope you guys see my point. And another guy says to Quest Dog, so go care for your kids and stop trying to manipulate low-hanging fruit. My friends, it's men, we come at each other hard, you know. Somebody else responded to him, so you tell your daughters stripping is an okay job? He got a point. That's why you got to be careful about what you say online, man. This pandering bullshit, trying to be nice, but not realizing that you're just making yourself look like an idiot. Oh, stripping is not okay, just how you strip? No, stripping is not okay, period. Ah, boy. Let's read a few more. Another guy says, she's so pretty, but because all that shit that she did, she will never have true happiness. A man who has standards and high class, any man in general who respects himself is not going to want anything serious to do with her or any female that does porn, OnlyFans or strips. You, because they are no longer of value, I can't bring something like that home to my mother, your family, or even around your kids. The female who does this shit will never escape the test. It will always stay with them. Yeah, and that's the point, ladies. You got to realize these consequences go with you for life. You know, I was telling my daughter about OnlyFans, and I was explaining, this is my 14-year-old, and I was explaining when she should get married. You know, don't wait till too long when she's lost most of her sexual marketplace value. This is my 14-year-old. And you know what she said? That made me just feel so good. She said, Daddy, I feel like you're giving me the cheat code for life. Now, she's a gamer. And it just hit me. And I'm saying, yeah. And that's what dad's role are. I teach my daughters how men think, how to stay away from certain type of men, and the kind of guys that she should look for, but more importantly, how to be the best possible woman for a man. Very anti-feminist they are. They understand the problems that feminism brought, but they're also strong enough to know where feminism has actually been a benefit to women. That's what I teach my daughters. Now here's an older woman who has hit the wall. Yep, that 30, 34, 35-year-old, she's hit the wall. And for those of you that don't understand what the wall is when a woman have reached that age where she's no longer desired by the majority of men who she wants as a potential mate. Please note that word, who she wants. There's a lot of men that desire her, but they are not the men that she considers or thinks that are on her level. So she don't give them a chance. So let's listen to her, and I will show you the similarities between the young lady who's warning you not to get into the sex industry. And this lady who has spent all of her young years in that whole phase, in that fun phase. What's the difference? Let's have a listen.
So I recently told a guy friend of mine that I'm not dating anymore. And he said, why? I said, because it's not fun. Me and him are the same age. I think he makes a little bit more money than me. I'm pretty sure he wants to me, but whatever. That's besides the point. He basically said he's dating and he's having fun. And I said, I'm dating and I'm not having fun. You want to know why? Because men are doing the things that I did when I was in my 20s. I did the yachts. I did the girls' trips. I did the sections in Miami. I've done the ghosting. I've done the being unintentional. I've done it all. Now I've lived. I've experienced. I want the other side of the book. Whereas he's making money. He's doing the trips now in his 30s. He's doing the boys' trips to Colombia, eating s'mores in Colorado. He's living the life currently that I've already lived. And I see that being a pattern in our 30s. And I see that's the issue why we are not able to meet and we just keep bucking at each other rather than combining. I don't know if it makes sense. I hope it does. But either way, I've thrown my jersey in the stands because I don't want to play this game. This shit is whack. I'll see you 2024.
All right, there you go. So listen to what she said and try to understand. She now wants a man who is in his 30s, who has now hit his peak. However, she don't understand that when in her prime, in her 20s, she had the opportunities that were given to her. She had youth. Her youth was desired by men in their 30s and 40s and 50s who had the ability to provide all of those nice things for her. Unfortunately, young men in their 20s, they're broke. They haven't established themselves as yet. They have nothing. So they don't get the opportunities or get the chance to do the things that she was given freely. Every man wants a 20-year-old, 23-year-old, 24, 25-year-old on their boat, on their yacht, flying them off to Dubai, flying them off to every part of the world. These women were living it up. The problem with that is she did not secure one of these men during those good times because she thought it would never end. Yes, it ends. Because I can tell you, none of these men want some 34, 35-year-old out in their yacht. No. Those men are still getting the fresh new 21, 22, 23, 25-year-olds on their boat. They don't want some old 35-year-old woman up on their boat. And listen, the men that invited her out on the boat and took her on trips and all of these amazing things, you think those men were just doing it just for the sake of being nice to a girl? No! Those men are getting something in exchange. So yeah, she's opening up those legs and she is exchanging her body for that fun. What makes her any different from the young lady who's doing the OnlyFans and who was doing the stripping? Nothing. There's no difference. Because those strippers, you know what they do when they're not in the club? They get invited out on the boat by those men. Because those men will go to strip clubs and pick these women up. Because they know they're easy. They're in the business already. Those men are finding these hot girls on OnlyFans and inviting them out on the boat. It's the same thing, my friends. It's either done covertly, quiet, down low, or it's done in the open. Either way, these women have racked up a tremendous amount of bodies. And now, when they've reached that age where, oh shit, I'm not as desired as I used to, I'm now telling young girls, hey, don't do that because it's not good. And this one over here, she's still delusional to think that, oh, I'm going to get a good, solid 35-year-old man in my age range who's worked his ass off to get everything in life, right? I'm now going to pick him up now that I've done all of my whole phase and had my fun. He's now going to accept me. Hell no. Those 30-year-old men, those 35-year-old men, they never had their fun. They were working their ass off. Now they're going to have fun. That's the difference, ladies. You got to understand, those men are now at the stage where you were in your early years. Can you blame them? When you had all the assets at your disposal, you wasted it. Now that these men have all the assets, You think he's going to waste it on an old broad? No. He's going to go and have some fun with the 20-year-olds before he says, you know what, 38, 39, 40, maybe I'll now settle down with a woman. Because men get better as they age. Because the things that women want in men are only attained by those men when they're older. The things men want from women are only available when those women are young. Your youth and your fertility. Unfortunately, ladies, you don't understand that as you get older, you lose your sexual marketplace value. Your social value goes up because you are educated, you got a better job, you're making money, but men don't give a shit about that because he knows he has no access to that. That's where you ladies go wrong. You have to secure your man when you have your highest value. Mid-20s. Mid-20s, that's when you peak. 24, 25. Lock down the best man you can right there, right then. The guy that's inviting you out on the boat, the guy that's freaking showing you the good life, lock him down. But no, you just thought you can get another boat and another boat and another trip from another guy because you were hot shit. You didn't lock it down. And that, my friends, is a lesson. Anyway, guys, on that note, I'll wrap it up here. Let me know your thoughts. Let's have a conversation. And of course, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. A wise one. All right? Cheers.